Did you know that once Camus punched Jean-Paul Sartre and gave him a black eye? I believe they were both banging Simone de Beauvoir, who was a high society dame with a lot of fame. Yes, now she's old.
Hey, do you ladies happen to know what the #1 song is on right now?
That's Rapture by Blondie.
Fat Fly, Freddie told me everybody's fly. DJ's spinning, I said, my. Flash is fast, flash is cool.
From far to far, flashing on do.
And you don't stop. Sure shot, go out to the parking lot, and you get in your car and you drive real far.
Rapture, huh? The Latin root is rapere, raptum. Hurrying along, seizing by violence, rapidity with violence.
Say, do you know what the Vice President's doing this afternoon?
Bush? He's going to be in Fort Worth unveiling a plaque at the Hyatt Regency Hotel, the old Hotel Texas, designated as a National Historic Site. It just happens to be the hotel in which John F. Kennedy spent the last night of his life, before going on to Dallas the next day, November 22nd, 1963.
It's always a lone night.
Yeah, conspiracies are for crazy people.
Well, that's exactly what Mr. E. Howard Hunt and his life partner, G. Gordon Liddy, told me at the shooting range. Strange.
Ladies, there are far too many similarities between John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald. Booth was born in 1839, Oswald was born in 1939, exactly 100 years apart. Both the assassins were Southerners who held die-hard views. Both the assassins were murdered before they could even be brought to a trial. Booth shot Lincoln from a theater, split to a warehouse. Oswald shot Kennedy from a warehouse, split to a theater. Lincoln was killed in Ford's theater. Kennedy was killed in a Lincoln convertible manufactured by the Ford Motor Company. The first name of Lincoln's private secretary was John. First name of Kennedy's private secretary was Lincoln. Both presidents were assassinated on a Friday in the presence of their wives. Vice Presidents named Johnson, who were Southern Democrats and former senators, succeeded both presidents. Andrew Johnson was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson was born in 1908, exactly 100 years apart.
Weird.
So, what kind of car you got, Eddie?
A DeLorean DMC-12? Yeah, it's fast. My other car was a shitty Porsche 935, and I wrecked it, but you know, it had crummy Firestone tires on it. I got $30,000 in an out-of-court settlement with the help of my friend Thaddeus Lucius Strong, the criminal defense attorney that got paying for this room, and he should be here soon.
Do you remember our great leader, Mr. William McKinley? He was assassinated by Leon Sulzgos. Sulzgos was a lunatic who believed that the government of the United States of America was evil.
Government's not evil. It's the people in government who are evil.
Well, evil is just a word one uses to blame those who disagree with one's own ideologies. For example, Project Monarch, or Marionette Program, a mind-controlling experiment created by the Nazis, which involved extreme trauma, thus causing a person to have multiple personalities, thus causing one to believe both sides of the coin.
Heck, Vice President Bush's father, Prescott Bush, got into hot water for selling steel to the Nazis, and he was a friend of Fritz Dyson and Dr. A. Newton Richards. We live in a world of lies, secrets, and cover-ups.
Well, it's no secret that on May 1st, 1776, Adam Weishaupt founded the Illuminati.
Sounds naughty.
Why, at Yale last week, my beautiful babies, I found a scroll and key plus a wolf's head in the bushes.
Shucks. James Abram Garfield was assassinated only 100 days after being in office by a dude named Charles Julius Decoe.
You guys don't make any sense.
Well, nothing does now, does it?
Do you remember what happened on May 22nd, 1949? That was the day when Secretary of State James Forrestal slipped from a 16th-story window at the Bethesda Naval Hospital.
You guys ever see the Outer Limits episode, 100 Days of the Dragon?
Yeah! The one where the Chinese infiltrate the White House by using some sort of chemical that molds a person's face into another using a mask? Yeah, that episode was awesome. The writers were Alan Balter and Robert Mintz, and it first aired September 23rd, 1963.
Yeah, they replaced the president, played by Sidney Blackmer, with the Chinese agent, and the
ever seen the Manchurian Candidate with Frank Sinatra?
Never heard of it.
Well, it was written by Richard Condon and directed by John Frankenheimer. And by the way, drove Robert Kennedy to the Ambassador Hotel the night he was assassinated.
What's so weird about that?
The flick is about a man who was brainwashed into killing the president.
Trippy?
Yes. The real story is that a lad named Dr. William Joseph Bryan Jr., who was working with MK Ultra, whom, by the way, was later found dead in a hotel room in Las Vegas in 1978, was the mastermind behind Sirhan's memory loss. The real assassin was a Palestinian fellow named Mahmoud Hamshari, and rumor has it he was getting his money from none other than Aristotle Onassis. Well, that's what his lover, Helen Gayette Nergar, claims. Yet the question remains, who was the dame in the polka dot dress?
I heard that Frank Sinatra had sex with Nancy Reagan and Jacqueline Kennedy.
Oh, not to mention Jacques Lepore, Marlene Dietrich, Gloria Vanderbilt, and Sophia Loren.
If you ask me, the only guy in the entire world who is cooler than Francis Albert Sinatra is Hugh Hefner. Yeah? I mean, that Morning Rooster's got some of the finest chickadees ever under his wing. I mean, let alone the Playboy Playmates of 1980 being such super foxy baby makers as Gigi Gangle, Henrietta Elias, Liz Glowski, Martha Elizabeth Thompson, Ola Ray, Terry Patterson, Victoria Cook, Lisa Welch, Marty Jaquette, Janet Tomasino, and the lovely Terry Wells.
Someone's knocking at the door.
Then get it.
Hey! Everyone, this is my friend, Mr. Thaddeus Lucius Strong, the world-famous criminal defense attorney, and he just got back from a trip to Angola. Ladies, that's in Africa.
What were you doing there?
Well, I was kicking with the boss, and yet he had me walking on glass.
Thaddeus, you're funny.
Like always, Mr. Erickson, you've surrounded yourself with the finest thoroughbreds.
I'm serotonin.
Ma'am.
And I'm Pheromones.
And always the mysterious Mr. Sincerely. How are you, sir?
How much money does Edward owe you?
Oh, come on, Sin. Let's not get straight to the point. Besides, you ain't the IRS, so let's not file a tax evasion complaint just yet. I'm dying of thirst, and your manners, these ladies are dying as well. Let's have ourselves a drink.
Oh, that's a really great idea, Thaddeus. I'm glad there's enough of Mel in the room.
Looks like you guys have glasses.
That's important, Pop.
Thaddeus. There's 5 of us in the room. You only poured 4 glasses.
That's cool. I drink from the bottom.
It's not cool to drink from the bottle.
I told you, ladies, Edward was a bum.
Someone should get Eddie a plastic cup.
But then my cup won't make a clink sound when we have a toast.
No one said you were invited to the toast.
To Edward, for being a bum.
To Eddie!
To the irresistible bum.
To my new friend.
Did you guys happen to notice all these, Secret Service men scoping the scene?
Oh, the Gibbo's giving a speech downstairs.
Where's Bonzo, his cute little monkey friend?
Well, I believe he's got a job at Amoco Oil, smoking cocaine off of tin foil. Yes, Bonzo's eating bananas with Neil Bush, who's kicking back at Standard Oil, trying to figure out this mortal coil. Also, I heard that Vanderbilt Energy Corporation is going to go bust. It's all up to that pinkly dinkly Scott Hinkley. Everyone's on LSD, it's a pot of oil.
What are you saying? You guys are a bunch of kooks.
Yeah, your jokes make Howard Hughes look sane.